Okay, we're live and alive for sure. Uh, and yeah, we can start. We're live, definitely. So, hello
Good.
everybody watching this Inspirational Bar Podcast anywhere, anytime in the world. Welcome, and I'm very happy to present you very inspirational people who will tell their stories in bartending industries and will inspire you to become better people and better bartenders. And today is the first podcast of the new year
Woo!
2021. So happy new year,
Happy
everyone.
New Year, everyone.
And I'm very honored and very happy to present a multi-time Flair Championship uh, winner, champion, and creator of craft bar skills seminar, how to call it. We will know everything here in this podcast. Vitaly Kolpin. Hi, Vitaly. How are you?
Hello. Hello, everyone. All good. All good. Just right back to my mother flat. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Very nice to have you on this podcast, and I already know a bit of your story because when I've been in your seminar, you told it, but many people don't know it, and it's really very inspiring. And I believe by hearing this story, people really can become better bartenders and better people. Actually, everything comes together.
Hmm.
So what I would like to know, I would like to hear once more and to share the story with people who will be watching this podcast. What's your story of your bartending story, let's say, from the start? How did you start? Why did you start? And have everything went through when you grew in this industry until the time when you become a champion of your first like international play championship, and then to the point from then to the today, but to what are you doing now, doing seminars, traveling the world, and teaching people to work nice, let's say like that.
Mhm. Kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, kind of this. So, my bartending story, quite simple. 15 years of experience. So, actually,
Oh, it's not so simple already. It's 15 years. It's a lot.
yeah. It happened very really occasionally. So I was studying in higher university, and actually I was planning to be a football player, and it was
Mhm.
my dream for all my life. But then one trauma, I broke a leg, and then so it was a lot of changes, and occasionally I went to the bar, and then it was like it was a love from first view.
Really.
So if you believe in it, I really believe in it. So for me it was like this. Yeah. And I started to do bartending, and then I was so engaged. So started to practice every day. For that moment, it was 2005. Flair bartending was quite popular, and if you want to be good bartender, so then you go to practice, you go for competitions, and you use it behind the bar. So then you really can be a good bartender. So that was a sense for that time. Yeah, if you want to be cool bartender, I mean. Yeah.
Mm.
So and I never splitted mixology and flavor bartending. So for us, it was just like a next step. So that's why I started to do it. And that moment, I also worked in association. So almost after 1 year of my experience, so I helped to teachers with different stuff, everyday lessons, then go to the bar. So it was quite interesting, and I started to compete in different competitions in Russia, then around the world since 2010. It was an amazing time, and since 2018 I was competing. Yeah, it's a lot. During this time, there were also a lot of different experience, like bar management, of course, behind the bar, a long time behind the bar, then bar management, then also different mixology competition, play bartending competition. Then worked in very different projects, very interesting projects. Yes, and I won some competitions, but the most important thing what happened in my life, in my opinion, first of all, it was my broken leg. Second, it was cut a tendon. Then it was
Sorry, cut and tendon. What is that?
I cut a tendon, yeah, on my hand, yeah.
It's here somewhere
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then another one was when in Miami I broke my leg. First time
Really?
in history.
I'm
Yes.
in Miami now.
Yeah. Yes. So the next story started there. So there were uh, this.
Can you tell more about every point of every event? Why, what happened, and why it changed your life? I mean,
Mhm, mhm.
wh-
Okay, well, we can start from
the
um,
first one.
not the first one, but probably no. Okay, from the first one when I first time cut my left hand. Yeah, just 1 month here. Yeah, just 1 month before competition. Yeah, you can
Okay.
see.
Oh,
Here
you
was
cut it by practicing with a bottle
yes,
or
yes,
something?
yes. Yes, bottles were broken and just cut my hand. Yeah,
Ah,
and actually that was a quite difficult moment because 1 year I can't do any movement. Yeah, I couldn't
really
sorry
so bad.
do movement. Yeah, because here was some pain. I don't know what happened there, and doctors also couldn't tell me anything about it, like what to do. And
Mm.
that was a good moment in my head um, to dream more, I think so, and to trust more,
Mhm.
because every day it was actually uh, um, quite hard for me to go for a job when you can't do the same like you did before. Only one hand works, but at the same time, I study a lot during this time. I mean, theory and all this stuff. Yes, and then also study a lot about my body. Then the next after 1 year it was much better. I started to do some exercises which helped me a lot, and then it became actually much better.
Mhm.
Then next one was 2013, when 2 months before World Cup I won the Russian national competition, and 2 months before World Cup. mm, it was IBE competition. Yeah, I cut tendon on the right hand, and
Again by
yeah,
practicing
yes,
and
it was during the practicing. So, and doctor told me that 3 months in gypsum and then like a half a year of recovering. So for me, it was like, no, no, I have 2 months to recover, to prepare for competition. I said, sorry, it's impossible. Like, okay, I will find some other way. So,
okay, it's interesting.
yes, and it was a time when I found some other techniques, and also I understood that moment that there are such different opinions about like how our body works and about our mind. And then so actually in 1 month, after 1 month, I removed this gypsum, and in 2 weeks I felt myself much better. I mean, I felt it much better,
Mhm.
and because I found one very good doctor who was ex Olympic doctor, and he helped me a lot. Also was recovering, and actually I prepared for competition. Was second in qualification, fourth in the final, but doesn't matter. The most important that I made this huge step. Yeah, I
Yeah,
made.
that's a big victory
Yeah,
already.
and that moment actually it was kind of start of craft bar skills, because while I was sitting at home I can move a lot. Yeah, I was with Gibson again, and I was practicing with fingers. I
Ah,
was
okay.
practicing a lot with fingers. Yes, I did a lot of rolls around, and I did some exercises for left hand, some different exercises. Everything I did with the left hand, and actually for that moment I didn't expect that next years it will bring some very interesting thoughts. But that was a moment when I start to increase a lot my small mobility. Yeah, uh,
Okay.
yeah, and then 2016 I was in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and I lost my passport, so I was robbed actually. Yeah,
Uh,
and there was no any any chance, as police told me, there is no any chance to find this passport.
Yeah, I
So
guess so.
yeah,
If you lost, you just lost it. So.
they told me like this is Argentina. So luckily, I don't know how what was the magic, but in 1 week I found my passport. And
Really?
yeah, and
Wow.
it wasn't just like I was walking around the street and I found it. No, no, no. It was a very, very long story. I don't want to tell all the story, but there were a lot of magic stuff also in this story. But finally, I found it, and that was a moment when I again and again started to trust more and more in the power of in the power of our thoughts.
Okay.
And so the final step, I think, was in Miami when I broke a leg. It was also it happened occasionally, and when I came back home, I was already prepared for it, and I thought like, okay, so now I have a moment, so let's do again our brain exercise, bam bam bam, again 1 month, and it was almost recovered. So there were
Wow.
those moments, they made these points to trust in what you think. Actually, they made me trust, I don't know, in that there are some different, how to say it, uh, there are some different techniques of recovering. There are some different points how to think. There are quite different ways how to think. There are some very different ways how to live. So for me now, like if something happens like this, even pandemic time, so this is just a point for me. Okay, so some
Hmm.
new some new occasion, yeah, and some new ways where
Okay.
we can explore. So was a way how I create crowbar skills. Actually,
Okay. Cool.
great story, but this is true.
So when did you create it? It's like in 2016, 17?
So actually, I started 2015. It was like let me explain what it is. Actually, crowbar skills
Yeah.
uh, is the practical course which is aimed to develop technical, cognitive, and psycho-emotional skills. First of all, of course, this course was about technical skills. So my idea was to bring some small movements to the bar, which can help us to more professional. I would like to say more professional, to looks more beautiful with
Yeah,
our
definitely, definitely.
bartending
That's
stuff, and just to work faster. Uh, so this was idea from the first step, yeah, to make our work and faster and more beautiful and more interesting, technical, and I put a lot of attention on the small details, which can help us a lot also in our bartending work. But then during the years, it was changing a lot. I mean. I found that when you share your knowledge, when you give it to some other one, then um, there are also a lot of different moments which we don't, as usually as teachers, don't put attention. So this is a psycho-emotional state of the student. And then
hmm
we always want to make the champion, yeah. So to have like the best who can be taught by me. But again, after some years of big experience around the world, I also understood that no, there is some other points. So everyone has his own experience. First of all, not everyone want to be a champion. Then emotional state, it could be even more important than some some physical state. Yeah. So, and I started to study more and more all about this, and then I found that psycho-emotional skills helps a lot, and that's why I connected it together, and I connected these technical and psycho-emotional skills. So as you remember, during our practice I always put attention on our inner state. So in my opinion, still that the best state for practicing is to be relaxed and concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
So when there is some tension, then it won't be so useful. So you still can practice, of course, but the most like the best state is to be relaxed and concentrated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the next step, I went deeper and deeper in study of our brain. So what I'm doing now, for example, I study neuropsychology, study all about the brain and anatomy of central nervous system um, and neurology. So
Mm-hmm.
just to understand again and again, deeper and deeper, how all the body works and how it connected with the brain. Of course, it's still a lot of things to discover, but
True.
already have a lot of answers for it. Yeah. It is very interesting. The most important for me now that our fingers connected so much with our brain, and when we practice with our fingers, just with fingers, so then we increase our and cognitive abilities again, and just like it is like a fitness for our brain.
Mm-hmm. No, so it's very very good. Not just for bicycles, but also for the brain. It looks like.
Brain and for our life. So for me, I don't like to split like my private life, my I don't know common life, yeah, my bartending life. For me, I think uh, life is complete when you are honest for yourself. You're honest with people everywhere, and this is another level of life. You don't afraid so much about what people think about you, because you're always honest and open. So
Mm-hmm.
for me is a lifestyle and everywhere. Yeah.
Wow, okay, it's very interesting, Vitaly. All those stories when you know when you cut yourself or break your leg, and you still made it, to this competition in 2 months. When doctor told you like how long was that? One year to recover it, with everything. So it's very inspiring, when it's already a victory, a big victory. It's what I believe. Like, wow, that's very cool. And with it. So,
It taught me a lot.
sorry?
I mean, these situations, yeah, they taught teach me a lot.
Yeah, I believe. I
Oh, yeah.
believe. I believe because you managed to do that so like recover like take the gypsum out and recover in 2 months. So yeah, it's really a lot to do and to learn and to understand. And okay, Vitaly, I wanted to ask you about your competitions. Did you do more Flair competitions or more mixology, or like let's say more successfully?
Mhm.
Oh,
So
I know you're successful in Flair actually. So were you as much successful in mixology, or Flair was still more for you?
mhm. When I started to compete, mm, there was some difference between Flair and mixology, but actually it
Yeah.
was like complete competition. So anyway, you have to create the cocktail, you have to prepare it, and then it depends on you how you do it. So I did it with Flair, and for me it was. One moment it became as my passion, and I did it like this, but at the same time I never forgot about ingredients, about the product which we have in the end. So uh, also for that moment there were not so many mixology competitions. Yeah.
Mm.
I was when I especially when I started to travel around the world. Yeah, so that's why mostly those competitions were about flair, but at the same time. So every flair competition, we have judges who judge cocktail taste and very good level judges. So that's why always put attention on both sides. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't went so deep in mixology, like to be a professor of mixology. I'm just, I think, normal one with some good skills about it. I know a lot of techniques, yeah, but mostly I prefer to listen people first of all, and then
Mm-hmm.
decide what to do. Not to create trends, but first of all, I listen for my guests what they want, and then I think what to do for them.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cool.
mean, again, lifestyle, not just the situation behind the bar.
Yeah, I understand that. So what I wanted to ask you, what do you think are the three most important things when you prepare for, I mean, for the competition that helped you to win those competitions that you won, what like I know there are a lot of details already talked to a lot of people, there are a lot of things, that's important and matter, but what do you think the most three top things that should be paid attention to when you mostly when you prepare for the competition,
Hmm.
if you want to win, of course.
First of all, in my opinion, the most important thing is to understand why do we do it,
Mm-hmm.
why and for what do you do it,
Mm-hmm.
because um, or what is your aim actually about this competition. If you want to be a champion, if you want to be just a competitor, if you want to have a fun, or if you want to create some amazing cocktail, or maybe if you want to be best bartender, it's always depend on you. And then the next step is depend on what is your answer, what was your answer about it. Yeah. So that's why, first of all, the main thing, actually, in my opinion, in everyday step, is to understand what for. What for do we do it? Um, and then the next step, if you want to win competition, or if you want uh, to show the best what you have, is to, or if you think about position and it's quite important for you, then it would be very useful to read the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very important moment. And
Okay.
I did this mistake a lot of times when I didn't read so clear rules, and then I had just very stupid mistakes about it. And yes, and okay, if to say very easy, then if we are talking about flair, then practice hard, but one day before have a good rest.
Mm-hmm.
One day before competition have a good rest if it
Mm-hmm.
connected with some physical movement. Yeah, then if we are talking about some mixology competition, actually quite the same. So it is quite important to have to take some rest before competition. Yeah, I mean, not to drink all the night. Yeah, but
It's not the rest.
relax. Yeah, because mm, when you compete, you have to have very good concentration. Yeah, because it depends on competition. There are very different rules, but it will be quite helpful for you if you could concentrate, if you can be with a fresh mind, if you can easily do different tasks. So this is quite important. In my
Okay.
opinion, it's like this.
Okay. Okay. Good points. Very good points. Thank you. And literally, how
Are you
many
sleepy?
times?
Are you sleepy?
No, no, I'm not sleepy.
I
I'm
know
just.
it is very early in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's 8 o'clock when we
8 in the
started. It's
morning.
8 in the morning, so it's not so
Maybe,
early.
maybe you wake up early.
But I just wake up a half an hour before, so
I can
that's
imagine.
why I'm not
Yeah,
sleepy.
yeah.
But just the body still needs
You
one
can,
hour
you
to
can do
to,
good
to wake
exercise.
up fully, and
You
not
can,
sitting.
you can do a good exercise.
Well, okay, tell me. It's
Good
very
movement.
important.
Just just to bring your shoulder closer. Yeah, there. Just to make it like,
Like that.
yes, 15, 20 seconds, and you will feel what is happening.
Okay, very good, very good.
There are some neurons
Everybody now will know
activate,
it's very good
there
practical
are,
advice.
there are some neurons which activate our sympathetic system. So that's why it helps us a lot. Also, when you wake up in the morning, you want to do this one. You're like, oh, so also
Yeah.
activate your sympathetic system.
I
Yeah.
didn't do this because I was, I wake up and I was running to start a podcast to create, to share, because usually I do, but I thought maybe I will have time, but everything somehow
Right, right.
times go fast in the morning, so yeah. So
Better?
oh, yeah, better.
Or
So
just
okay,
relax.
okay, all right. Okay, Vitaly. And how many competitions have you had through your life? Have you ever counted how many competitions? About I'm talking, yeah, total. All.
To be honest, I never counted it, but I think maybe about 200, something like this.
Oh,
I was
so
competing.
many.
um I was competing for 13 years. So there were a lot of national competitions, small competitions, some big competitions. So that's
Yeah.
why in total maybe about 200, something like this.
Uh huh. Wow. That's.
Actually, also when we're talking about our aim, for me, I didn't have the aim to win every competition. To be honest,
Uh huh.
I didn't have this aim. For me, it was quite interesting way to study my state, especially last years when I start to study inner state, emotional skills. So for me, it was a quite good exercise. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I don't know, maybe it's good or not good, but I wasn't like lying to eat everyone around, to fight, to beat everyone.
Mhm.
So for me, my other competitors, they are my friend. I respect them a lot. Yes, I want to do my best, but I never thought to kill them or something like that. Never. So maybe it is from my childhood because um, I was living in very how to say in very uh, open community. Yeah. So I know that not everyone can understand me, but
Mhm.
this is my lifestyle. Yeah. And my aim was to study my inner state. And when I realized how it works and I understood how it works, my life changed a lot. So
Okay.
yeah, the last year of my competing, I won, or I was prize winner almost in every competition. Almost in every
You
competition.
mean the last year? So it's last year, or
2000, 2017 and
the last
2000.
year you
Yeah,
competed? Ah,
yeah,
okay, okay. It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
okay. Wow,
So
that's great.
and there were not so many difference in my style, in my movements. It was quite a big difference in my mind. What is
Mhm.
in my mind? Yeah. So when I found it, now it is quite easy for me to go to the stage. Doesn't matter where, how. For example, just 2 minutes before before we start, I came back home from hospital with my niece. Yes, and it was like, okay, let's go. Done. So ready, go.
Oh, so I have a very important question, because many people, when we go to the competition on the stage,
Mhm,
including myself, still,
mhm.
I mean, it got better through years, but it's still, you get that handshaking thing, let's say handshaking and that excitement, in not usually in a good way, because you are too much excited, and you make mistakes. Of course, you when you not like too concentrated, but too frozen, to do everything good. Maybe you can share one advice, maybe one, two. How do you feel? How to get you relaxed, how to get more, let's say, more easy, more chill, when you go to the stage, because you know what I mean. Probably you had it yourself, definitely the first times, until you discover these things that you're talking today.
Mm-hmm. So, in my opinion, just in my opinion, and one thing before we continue, to be honest, I don't like to teach. I don't like to teach.
But you
Uh,
do.
I don't teach. I,
Okay.
don't- I share. It is a quite big difference. So, because first of all, when you teach, you want to get some result.
Mm-hmm.
You want, as a teacher, you want to get some result. I don't want to get some result. First of all, I listen what other people want, and then I share my experience. I share like a main things about it, like what the nature say us about it, what our body say us about it, how it works, how the brain structure, for example, works, um, how to um, how to do these or those moves according to our biomechanic, our physiology, our psychology. So all about this I share, and then if
Mm-hmm.
someone accepted as I taught him, then I could be a teacher. But I starting from sharing. This is
Okay.
first important moment. Yes. Then coming back to a question.
Yeah, so can you share
Yeah,
some
I
advice?
can share some advice which I also open for myself, and which was quite trust me, it was quite hard for me to change it.
Arnoldo says hello.
Yeah, I see him. Hello,
And
Aaron. Good to see
hi,
you.
Arnoldo.
Yeah.
And also Mr. Ray. I don't know who this guy is, but maybe you know. So
Mr. Rake, the
okay.
fellow professor.
Hello, anyways.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, everybody has the same. So, change your thoughts and think positive. Think
Mm-hmm.
as positive as possible. And it is not just like I found it in some book. No, I recognized it after a long time of exploring what's going on in our brain, how it affects our body, and all about this. So our thoughts, our mind affects our body a lot. And all this stuff, shaking, yes, then all this stuff when we stuck, yeah, on the stage when you go
Yeah,
to
it's frozen.
before,
Yeah,
because when you're in your practice room or behind the bar, you're a lion, yeah, you're a
it's
king.
different. Yeah, it's different.
But then when you go to the stage, what actually happening? So why do we behave like this? Why we're shaking? Yeah, because there is another point of perception. Yeah, now somebody look at us, and then they have some thoughts about it, and we create more thoughts about it, how they will judge us, yeah, what they will think about it, because I would like to be the king, I would like to be the best, and this thought transformate into other stuff. Okay, I can do some mistakes, and then one more, and then before going on the stage we have a lot of thoughts inside. Yeah, and actually these thoughts block us a lot. So that's
Mhm,
why before going on the stage, and in my opinion, the best thing is to transformate your thoughts into the positive stuff. No any prognosis about it, like if you make some prognosis, it's better to think about some positive stuff, like,
mhm,
okay, let's do it, just let's do it. Okay, and the second thing, to be relaxed and concentrated.
mhm.
So positive stuff, to be relaxed and concentrated. I know it's not easy, it takes a time, to bring it into the stage, but then it actually it transformed all performance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good points. Thank you. It's very important because I see many people, and including myself, as I say, it's always, how to overcome this.
Absolutely.
So,
Sometimes we even cannot to answer simple questions because we are under the big stress. Yes, and understanding how our neurobiology works, I can again say that positive thinking and relaxation and concentration, the best state
okay.
of stage.
Okay. Thanks.
Sometimes, for example, I do some shows time to time, yeah, and I don't practice a lot now. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, in Flair, I don't practice at all. Sometimes it's just like a fitness for me. But if I go on the stage, then boom, I'm here, concentration, relaxation. Then some thoughts comes like, oh, I don't know if I'm sure or not sure, and then stop, let's go, motherfucker. You did it 1,000 times. Let's make like 1,000 first, the best one. So yeah.
Wow, cool. Very
But
cool.
why also I'm talking about it? I was never being the same. I mean, I was a person probably who have a lot of doubts about himself every
Mm-hmm.
time. A lot of people told me that you are talented, you can win, you can do a lot of things, but every time I have a lot of doubts about myself, and it was for me like a huge weight on my shoulders. So but then after years I realized how to do it. So that's why now, even during this course, craft bar skills, we are talking a lot about it. Every time I understand how to do it better and better and better, and this is my the main idea of the course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
In
I
general,
remember.
we're starting the second level, and then there we are going to talk about more about inner state and practice with inner state, how to go from one inner state to another inner state. Actually, it is quite easy when you practice every day.
Yeah, I remember in the seminar that we were doing not just pure straight technical things, but I remember that we were talking about all this how brain works and about the states. So yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course, it's impossible to change in 3 days, like or 4 days, like we did in Lithuania. Yeah, but it was like a first, in my opinion, first good step for someone, or for some other people, it was like second or third step, just to understand
mhm.
how it works again and again. And through the understanding of technical moves, it's easy to understand how our body works and how it
Yeah,
connected with all other stuff.
no, that's true. I learned a lot then, even in 3 days, but I learned a lot.
That's why
Vitaly,
you call me teacher, yeah?
sorry?
That's why you call me teacher.
Yeah, probably.
Again, I'm
Because
not teacher. Yeah.
uh, okay, Vedali. Now I would like to ask you a question about other bartenders, not about competitions, but just what do you think? It's just your opinion, not like something from others, what others say, but just what you personally think separates good bartender from a great bartender. Then you go, let's say, to the bar, or like, yeah, probably to the bar, and after that, being in the bar, you can say this bartender was not just good but really great. So what do you feel, like 3 points, what do you think separates?
hmm So again, I would like to to remind one more time that this is just my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Exactly how you
only
think, it's how you think, it's
only only my opinion, and really to be good or bad bartender depend on the point of view every time.
mm-hmm.
So some people bartender who can work fast and very nice, he's very nice bartender and good bartender. Yeah, for other ones, just these who can talk a lot or just listen. Yeah, so he's great bartender. For me, for me, um, um, and as I told you before, I don't split it so much, my bartending life, my personal life, my common life, yeah, my life in society. So that's why for me, first of all, good bartender is just an open person.
Mm-hmm.
Open person. um, then there are a lot of other different skills like mixology, Flair, some other skills which can help to look more professional. Yeah, but first of all, open-minded person.
Mm-hmm.
Second, in my opinion, those who
Mm-hmm.
can listen, perceive, and understand what others talking about. Yeah, yeah. So because we talk a lot, but not every time we talk about what other ones want to hear. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, we have a lot everywhere, man, everywhere. But it's actually pretty okay. Yeah, nothing better good. And third, I would like, I think again to say personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So open-minded person who can accept different minds and different opinions. He could be very good bartender.
Okay, good
That's
points.
my
Very
opinion.
good. Thanks. And Vitaly, question about the pandemic now. Was that's very important, I guess, these days. Yeah, especially in bartending community, as there's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of bars, restaurant close, and a lot of people still without job or like had to requalify or just go to another kind of industry or anyway. So what do you think? The question is uh, about what do you think will change when a new norm will set up, will like when we will get a new norm already? What do you think will be the changes in bartending bars world, like let's say in bartenders
Mhm.
world, and in this, what were you thinking? Because of course it was long time already having this situation, so you were thinking something. So what's your, it's also
Mhm.
your opinion,
Mhm. Mhm. Of course, first of all, it depends, in my opinion, on changes which we'll get. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
you still think that it might be, something that you think we never know how it ends. It maybe we get vaccines and that's it, but maybe
Mhm.
not. Maybe, and still, if we everything will finishes, I believe it won't be the same already
Mhm.
because it already brought some new things. Like for example, what I'm seeing.
Aistis, hello.
I I
Mhm.
lost.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. I got lost.
Okay. Mhm.
Uh, for example, personally, I already see the changes like bottled cocktails. Let's say
Mhm.
bottled craft good cocktails from the bars. It's already coming. It's already a new kind of trend. Maybe not like a big trend, but it's already might be a big trend.
Mhm.
Not, but it's already possible. So
Mhm.
I believe in the future it's definitely going to be even more these things. So that's already what it brought
Mhm.
because it's much wider now. But
Mhm.
maybe some. So what do you think? What else might happen?
Mhm. So mm, we were talking about the situation with even with my friends during the pandemic time as
Mm-hmm.
well. And there were a lot of thoughts like some robots can come instead of bartenders. And in some, I know already that in some restaurants it works already. Yeah.
I've
And
seen as well.
yeah, that there is some uh, new technologies about it. Um, in my opinion, that it depends on us.
Hmm.
Again, there is a question: why people come to the bar? Why? For what? To get a drink? Of course. this is this is our how to say, our money of connection. Yeah. Uh,
Yes.
but I'm not sure that only for to get some drink, not only to get some amazing drink or some unbelievable drink or some, I don't know, like the best drink in the world.
Yeah.
Not only for this. So we live in a socium. Yeah. So we need connection between people, and bar one of the best place where you can get some and some attention, and you can find someone, some other one who want to talk, or I don't know, for everybody is different. Yeah. Just to get connection with bartender or maybe with other people. So bartender is the easiest way to get connection. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, anyway, if you want a drink or if you come to the bar, then you have this conversation about a drink or some other product. So that's
True.
why is in my opinion, it only depends on us how we will behave in the nearest future. If we will increase our skills in different ways, then maybe we will be even more, how to say it in English, востребованный,
Uh, don't know this word.
needable. I don't know if there
Ne-
is some needable.
Yeah, I think people can understand what it means, you know.
Yeah. I mean, then uh, we'll have more opportunities to continue our job,
Hmm.
because there are a lot of jobs which just will relieve from our life. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure in it. Yeah, more and more technologies comes, and we don't need so much people actually for this job. Yeah, a lot of automatic system in the shop, everywhere actually. Yeah, so but bartending is something different. So we already also got this experience. I don't know how it is all around the world, but for example, in Russia, there are a lot of limits, but people want to come to the bar. They come to the bar. They want to stay longer. They, yes, they can take some drinks at home, but anyway, first of all, it is just a place where you come, where you have some time to take a rest, to talk with other people, to get this experience. So this is something what they are missing a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's why, in my opinion, again, if we will be more attentive in this size, if we will put more attention in our bartending skills, in what we can do better, yeah, then not too many changes, just maybe it will be even better. Yeah,
Okay.
if we will put attention just only how to survive and how to sell more, then we will lose a lot, in my opinion. Yeah,
Okay. That's
because even some technologies, this is all around the world. Even some technologies, they can look like very useful stuff, but after some years, other people use it from other side. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
so the gun can protect or can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell to myself, not to other ones, but tell to myself that do the best what you can.
Mm-hmm.
And even during the pandemic time, of course, there were not so much of work, but at the same time, it still was there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had this.
It's a good point to consider. And Vitaly, did you had any online master classes for your seminar during
Mhm,
this time
mhm.
already?
Yeah, I did some online and seminars and masterclasses and
Like craft bar skills, I mean.
also, yeah, also crab bar skill course. Um, we did with Italian school Flair project, and
Mhm,
I can say that it is not too easy because, for
mhm,
example, if you are standing 5 hours behind the screen and it's not easy to understand what is there fitting inside. What is my
mhm,
most important thing? Yeah, so not so easy, but at the same time, it is possible. It is possible. It takes more energy for me, for example.
mhm,
Then, of course, with these seminars, we lose kinesthetic connection, which is also quite important. So, in my opinion, that these live streams and these online online master classes and courses, they can't uh, completely be the same like we do it face to face.
mhm.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it can help. For example, not everyone can come, for example, to Russia or to some other country where I
Yeah.
do
True.
class, and that's why it will be
True.
easy to get this course any points from any point of our planet.
True.
At the same time, for me, I don't want to. Also, I started to do. It's already 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. I was doing this online course. Yeah, not
Mm,
too easy because I did like a lot of work for it. Yes, and again I try to understand like how it looks from other side. Yeah, not from my side. I can tell
mhm.
like, yeah, you can do like this, but how people who is behind the screen, what they understand, how they what should I say to make it like mostly understandable. Yeah,
True.
and in my opinion, it can get a good connection. I mean, online and offline. Yeah,
Mhm.
live and online. Yeah, it could be a good combination of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. True. Good points. And Vitaly, for the end, now a couple questions just to know you better. Which is your favorite category of spirits?
Favorite category of spirit?
Yes.
My own spirit.
Okay, yeah, good answer, good answer. And the second then? So,
The second, to be honest, I'm multi spirit spiritual person.
okay.
I
So
like
you don't have any, one like which you just
okay,
prefer
okay.
more,
Um, Probably for the moment, for now, maybe vermouth.
vermouth.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a new category in the world.
for
I
me,
mean,
not
not
the
new
category.
category.
I really like it from a long time ago, but now I had much more experience about it. I have a good friend also who helped me a lot with this
Mm-hmm.
understanding of this. At the same time, I love whiskey, some good runs, some gin is, to be honest, gin is not so so
Yeah.
interesting for me for a moment. Yeah, so I tasted a lot, but still I prefer some rich taste, to be honest.
Uh-huh. Okay. With, like yeah, vermouth has a lot
Small
of in it.
portion, small portion, but with a rich taste. So
Okay. Cool.
some complicated taste where I can, go deeper, think about it. So for me, alcohol is not a way to be drunk. Is a way to fly and think about some other stuff also to
Uh,
understand taste, smell. So
cool. Cool. Vermouth is nice. Yeah. So, what is your favorite cocktail? Like, what is like now? Because I believe it changes through time.
uh,
So, like at now, I mean, at these times now, like this moment, like, what is a cocktail you would never refuse? Let's state it like
mm,
that.
so Milano Torino, last year's Milano Torino, to be honest.
Milano Torino.
Yeah, Vermouth
Uh,
and beer.
Vermouth and bitters. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
I also
because I
like to
had.
put a little bit more of different bitters. So sometimes I can put some chocolate bitter, especially monster chocolate bitter, or even Angostura, and some different, some other notes. But for me, still Milano Torino is my favorite one.
So can you share your best Milano, your version? How do you make it? Your most favorite version of Milano Trino? Whereas, can you tell the recipe?
Hmm. Half and half bitter and vermouth.
Which one? Which ones do you use? Which one you like the most?
50-50 is usually what I have in the freezer. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay.
Oh, we don't have so much in Russia, but for me, it was a great experience to use Martini Reserva, yeah,
Okay,
or
okay. Never
Carpano
tried it.
bitter, yeah, or Antica Formula. So actually, they also bring a lot of very interesting notes. Yes, as for bitter, Campari is just one we have, but at the same time, I like to put sometimes just a little bit of Falernum there,
Mhm.
or also if you heard about it, is a bitter liquor Pusanga from Germany. So I like to mix
No, I think I.
Martini Reserva and sorry, it fall out from my head. Uh,
Okay.
Pum 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 pum. Sorry, I forgot the name. But
Hmm.
okay,
It's
mix
okay.
from vermouth with Pusanga bitter liquor, also very nice. And then one of my favorite is to put a couple of drops of tonka bean.
Don't. Ah, okay,
Tonka bean,
okay.
yeah,
So
tonka bean, and then throwing. So, and you can get a good foam and very good aerated cocktail. Um,
and
just
enjoy. Okay, I will try it. I will try it now. Now, when you told it, it's saliva gets to my mouth. You know.
Mhm. Like grandfather of Americano cocktail, actually. Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Then you pour there a bit of soda water, and then it is Americano
Or
cocktail.
some gin and this Negroni.
And Negroni, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's how we
And I
all
know,
learn that.
this cocktail is like a grandfather or father of these cocktails.
Yes, yes, it definitely sounds like it is. Okay, Vitaly. So that was all my questions for this our podcast. Even I might have more, but I don't want to keep it longer. For the first time, it's better to make more times shorter than one long time, I believe. So it was very interesting to hear your story, and it's very inspiring for me that part when you cut yourself. I remember you told that in seminar, and now you reminded me. So I remember I still remember that. It was so wow, when you had you did it in 2 months when doctors said that it will take like much longer, and you
Mhm.
participated, and you said you ended up the fourth, yes, in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth. So it's like wow, it's crazy, and it's really
Power
inspiring.
of thinking. Just power of
Exactly.
thinking, nothing more. Yeah. And this is actually the life secret: power of thinking.
Exactly. So that's so cool, and that's we can see that everything could be done if you really want. If you love what you do, probably it's also very important because because otherwise it won't work. And like yeah, it was a great story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank
And everybody who wants to know more about Vitaly and about his course Craft Baskets, I will put everything in the description under this video, so you will find it. You can go check it out everything, and those craft skills are really very interesting seminar and very worth because you learn nice moves. It's not like bartending, like Flair bartending is show. It's very nice, it's cool, but craft bartending was I'm confusing myself a little bit. Craft bar skills, like craft flavor, let's say, like for me was the thing that really got me interested into that that thing, because I always wanted to make everything nice, not just make, but also look nice. And when I heard about the seminar and then I went, it was really very interesting. So just check it out. And thank you everybody for watching this podcast. Just want to remind that this year I will also try to get this podcast for you to be inspired to become better person and better bartenders. We have
Cool.
inspirational people in our industry who already got a lot of success in their lives in this industry, like Vitaly. And thank you, Vitaly, very much for being
Thank
my
you.
guest, for sharing your stories, and not just stories, practical things. Now I know I do like that. If I make a podcast early, so I'll be sitting like that, you
Yeah.
know.
One more time, happy new year for everyone, and wish you to finally to use all those knowledge which we got for the last year. Yeah, so now we can use it. Yeah, I hope you really learn a lot from the last year, because it was a great time to study. To be honest, in my opinion, I mean, not just to read the book, but also how to behave and how to exist with all what's happening around.
Yeah, we were crazy circumstances. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
that was,
Thank
yeah,
you.
a very interesting year. So happy New Year, everyone! The best 2021, and I'll see you next podcast. Thank you, Vitaly. I'll see you in Miami or maybe
Oh,
someday in Russia. Never been. Would be
yeah,
interested
yeah.
to visit too. Okay, bye, everyone.
Thank you.